So shouldn't we be level 9 by this point?
Yes, that's how it works.
So do we agree that we do a long rest before we start the session?
Why?
Because he wants
I'm
to roll
still
his
on 4 hit
numbers.
points.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true. I'm also injured.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to the wait, we did the rest of I already did rest activities.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got to the end of the night, and that's where it was cut. So the rest hasn't actually been taken.
Well, I mean, I was resting all day. That was like sitting, eating all night, having a nice day. It's been 8 hours, right? Once it gets to 8 o'clock.
I'll just act like I've gotten a long rest.
So who would like to read?
Last tape, so we went shopping. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, pretty much.
There was a very flirty jeweler.
Oh yeah.
He's my favourite character.
My favorite character is Tom.
Yeah, if only Tom had met the jeweler. Wouldn't needed all this.
My favorite point in last session was the reveal that Thomas Marxist. That was a pretty good one. I enjoyed that one.
Wow, 2 low rolls finally.
Yeah, we also when we headed into town, we
Low rolls are better, right?
when we headed into town, we finished one of our errands, the transport of cargo for Mr. Peterson, which Felix collected while the rest of us were finding an inn. We made our way to the most expensive one, and Tom decided to spend all his money on consumables, and
He ate
didn't
everything.
finish all of them. Also,
Well, having said
pretty,
that,
yeah, pretty much the whole tavern is like all the people of Urchin are really fucking racist.
Some
Yeah.
Inflation seems to be quite bad here.
Yeah, and also on the way when we entered the town, the guards noticed our what would you call that? Like our prowess. We display through a rotting troll head and stuff like that.
Covered in blood.
Yes, and said
Man was
that,
nearly dead.
that one of the higher military personnel of the city guard would probably like to speak to us. Which we haven't done yet, because we first wanted to get our bearings and the rest.
We told them to meet us at the inn.
That's true. That's very true. We told them that we would be available, and they should come find us. Which might happen during the evening or the next morning or something. And then we basically separated, and I believe Baka commissioned some chains out of the 4 gold blocks that were partially.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, I remember.
Which he, for some reason, claimed for his own. There might be.
Well, they can still be resold as jewelry for the same value. It's the same amount of gold.
Do you think it's gonna sell for the same value?
Yeah, I mean that's how I walk into the back.
Also, I believe you told the dwarven smith to make 2 chains out of it and keep the rest.
That is also true.
But it stays the same value though. It's a magic money making machine.
Yes, actually, that's.
No, I don't think it quite maintains the same value.
That's gonna raise
Backyard
inflation
chains.
even higher. Holy shit!
Just keep making more chains and pocket the remaining.
Evil economist Baka confirmed. Chain glitch abuser Baka.
But chains are cold. I mean, is there a worse way to represent the capitalist?
Froggy is there.
Overclass, sorry.
Is that Sasha?
That's Sasha, yeah. Sasha, shut up!
Ah.
I'm coming for you!
mean?
Don't make me get up!
You do realise when you shout, you also shout on your microphone.
Yep.
That's not how I talk all the time. Is that a different volume
Yeah,
level?
pretty much.
Alright. Just one more thing. Naokia tried to sell some of the giant toes to the hospital, but they turned out to be in need of a lot of medical supplies and thereby cheap as fuck. So they offered me like 5 gold per giant stone, which is that's not enough. So I decided to try to Nauke decided to try and find like what would you call that? Self-employed alchemist somewhere in the city. And yeah, I found some clues, but I haven't been able to meet that person yet because they are fisher and were out at the time. So I would probably have to do this session. Or sometime when we are in the city.
That's pretty much it. Not an awful lot happened. Whole lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, let me just quickly shift you over. Here's a little representation of Urchin for you.
Yeah, boy. That's pretty neat.
Not
like
finished,
it.
but...
Alright guys, time to go as far away from Urchin as humanly possible.
I want to go here.
Hence why it's not finished.
We'll come to another side, it's very similarly designed.
Yes.
Just rotate it next time.
Yeah, exactly. Weirdly enough, the map seems skewed and rotated.
I really like this map. It's a good map.
It is very nice.
This islands, especially in the water.
Yeah, the river looks fucking sick, man.
Thank you.
It's like the sickest river I've ever seen, man. Bro.
This is better than Skyrim.
No,
So-
it's really pretty nice.
It's-
So the inn that you're staying at is that one there. The single building on its own.
Can we paint on this map?
You know,
I'll
you
take
can.
that as a yes. Draw the biggest penis you can.
I mean,
You
can
know,
annotate, just don't.
the map layer and the token layer, you can delete all
maybe
the
somebody
tokens.
can screenshot the map, or you can send us the map, and we can like make our own annotations and share them between sessions.
Yeah, I can do that.
I think that would be the best because there's probably a lot of layer stuff going on this
I'm
map,
not
right?
gonna do that.
Well, that's just a JPEG export, so
All right.
you don't need to worry about messing that up. I've still got
What was the inn called again? Something the salt something, right?
the Salt Inn.
Oh, it's
Just
like
the
Salt
Salt.
Middle School in Psycho, Mob Psycho 100.
For anyone interested, it's in the channel.
All right. Thank you.
Expensive as fuck. Yeah, so just to give you a little bit of a kind of orientation. So the town square, where most of the shops are, as well as the inn, the Chicken's Foot, just pinged there, with its little courtyard that I mentioned. That's where you're at the moment. The upper district that Felix and co visited is this kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the Citadel, that's pretty obvious where that is. And then the
Yeah, yeah.
outlying towns. The outlying buildings, kind of the lower districts. I've yet to paint in the slums that are outside, but they'll be added. So, yeah. If you want, I know 2 of you wanted to do something in the evening, didn't you? But we didn't have a chance last time.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
I would have already done that off screen because we both know what happened, right? So we can just have that happen, and I return to the inn to do party stuff.
Yep, so there is a notable absence of Felix.
Oh, he does that sometimes.
Yep.
Pillow
Don't
fight.
worry.
I mean, it's up to you, Biff. Is that something you wanted to do, or
If you can just break it down to a few rolls, I'm fine with that.
sure? I mean, I don't know exactly what you want to get out of it, Biff, but
We could talk about it after session. It's actually not that important.
okay, right. Well, we'll skip to the next day. Then you're all rested.
Mm-hmm.
Settle at the bar.
How much is my tab?
Yours was. I'll say it again.
Like 200 or something. It was 10 gold per night.
Yeah, I already paid that.
Yeah, the food and drink came to 180, so 190 total. For you, Tom, and then obviously the rest, whatever you guys had.
I probably would have had some food, but I didn't say anything, so I'm just gonna throw in like, what, 5 gold? Or is the food not
10
that
Yeah.
gold. It was
Yeah.
expensive as fuck.
Small,
You
medium, or large meal.
Medium.
I don't fucking know. I
Actually,
already took off
large.
money
I'm-
yesterday. I don't remember
Take
how
10
much.
gold.
Alright.
Do you want to go supersize?
Nah, I'm not that big.
Do you want a Diet Coke with that?
Is it refillable?
No. This
Then I'll
isn't
take a
the-
normal Coke.
Good choice. The normal Coke is refillable.
Sure, I feel like on your travels in the evening, you managed to find like a street vendor that's peddling foods for a few silver.
I believe Tom was like in the other day. He was buying everybody food, right? Or he was sharing the one he bought with everybody. So
Yeah, it was kind of communal
But
food.
now in the morning, we all have to buy our own food, right? Tom?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But does anyone walk out of my room at night? Because I just want. Both my characters are rangers if had taken prostitutes into the tavern room, and I thought this one's
both your characters.
I mean, my and Jack's campaign, and I thought it'd be funny. Except this time, Tom will not be crying, unlike the other character.
Okay. Well, I
If
do
anyone
not
does
come
that.
into your room
Okay,
at night
just check.
for no reason. I would probably just hang out with Nam for a while and tell him what I plan to do the next day and ask him if he has any plans.
On that
Uh,
subject, Tom, the courtesan that you assumed to be a lady of the night and prostitute is
Actually,
purely
free.
She's there purely for comfort and company. There's no sexual activity had, and
Fuck
if you were to
Marty.
make any form of
She cleans your ears.
approach, she leaves the room offended and shocked.
Well, I guess I don't have to pay for anything then. This is ridiculous. Let me find that jewellery merchant. Shit, he's fucking showing me a good time. Tom is very upset because, he was told good things about the city. And
He
getting,
got good things.
getting blue balled wasn't one of them. Feels bad.
Yes, a turtle getting blue balled.
I'm not
by
sure
someone.
that actually works. Don't know the design of turtles.
The design.
It's just that meme of the turtle that's humping the trainer.
Well, he retracts back into shell anyway.
Anyway, right, you guys take off wherever you want to go. Tell me what you're doing.
Let's just meet up at the next morning. Whoever is.
We were going to follow
Maybe-
the giants, right?
No, maybe let's just say we all had our food at our individual places, and then we meet again to sit at the end and discuss our plans for the day, so everybody's present. How about that?
Sure.
So are we going to see the giants then?
I believe we had someone to talk to in the city first.
Yes, I also wanted to. I cast Druidcraft and see what the weather's going to be like in the next 24 hours.
It's just another cracking early summer day.
The giants can wait a bit longer. It shouldn't. What's that technical term for weather?
Weather.
Then there's not going to be any bad weather.
Meteorology.
No, like condition. Like, you know what I mean, right? You're on Witterung or something.
Atmospherics?
Nah, it doesn't matter. I might learn that between sessions, but probably not. I'll let you know if I find it.
The sky's feeliness.
The weather will be fine in the next 24 hours or so. So
So we're
we
going to...
should wait a little bit longer till we get all the stuff we want to get done in here and follow the giant's trail after and probably head into the spine. Yes,
So we stay here one more night?
maybe. Depends how quick we'll get everything done.
I'm going to move.
Yeah, it depends how much money I spend here, but I might have to move as well. Either way, I did, before I came back here yesterday, I did inquire for or about an alchemist who may be able to brew us some potions with the ingredients I've gotten from the giants. And the lead sends me to the docks, so I probably would like to visit it now before the fishers leave for the day. Would anybody want to accompany me? Oh wait, wasn't a horn 2 days?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 2.
Yeah, I
Almost 2
think
days. Backer's chain the dwarf was working through the night to do.
Oh, I also commissioned Splint Mail, which takes 55 days. No, I didn't. I don't
No, you
have
didn't.
time for it.
I think you
know.
specifically said you wouldn't.
Yes, I know. That was the joke. So I just say, since we have a few more days to kill, we might just head out of the city in the afternoon after we run our errands. See if the giant track leads to somewhere nearby. If it does, we can investigate for today and then return to the city in the evening. Also, wasn't somebody talking about sending somebody to fetch us from the garrison? They
They
probably
probably
don't.
forgot about us already.
They
I doubt
probably
we
didn't.
rate that highly with everything that's going on.
Well, there still is the bounty for the orc ears we might want to cash in on. So
We'll have to take that to the Adventurers League? I'm not sure.
I think we take it to the barracks. There should be a sergeant there who will pay us, I believe. How about we do that first thing, and then after... Well, what time is it now? Is it still morning?
Yeah, crack of dawn.
Alright, so I would like to head to the docks, so if you all would like to accompany me, I wouldn't mind, but how about however many of you go to the barracks and cash in the bounty, maybe see if there's any other stuff we can cash in, like the trolls or the giants, and I will make my way to the docks to find an alchemist.
I know a woman down by the docks.
You do?
And a guy.
Have you been around here before, Baka?
I passed through once or twice.
Do you know an alchemist in the area?
No, well, no, not so much an alchemist. Really good cook, though.
Well,
No.
that's something Tom might be interested in. I think
Yeah,
he
maybe some
developed quite the
specialty.
taste yesterday.
Yeah, dock worker, and there's a woman that owns a restaurant.
Well, given that knowledge, how about you accompany me, Baka? Maybe we'll meet somebody you know at the docks.
Sure.
Also, I'd like to get... You've never said you've been to Archon before. Or did I just not listen?
I've never mentioned it, really.
I see. Well, I'm sorry I never asked, but I think you might be our guide here.
Have you been to
Oh.
Urchin?
I wouldn't go that far. As I said, I stopped him once or twice, but many years ago.
No, I've never been here. I came from the west directly to Suno. Didn't stop at Urchin.
So yeah, the inn at this point is quite empty. You get the feeling that a lot of people get up early to most of the day. It's getting to the portion of the year where the farmers are working hard.
Yeah, I'd check out.
Yeah, me too.
So tally up and make your way outside. Meet up in a small group.
Who wants to come with me?
I'll go with you.
I'll head to the Citadel and speak with the quartermaster.
I'll accompany Naoki and Baka.
I'm gonna
Okay.
find a better, cheaper place to stay.
Great. Split the party. Love it.
I mean, you could go with Felix. And we can find a cheaper place off screen or whatever.
Yeah, you can
We'll have
become
to find
friends.
Okay. Hello, Felix. I will come with you. Why is he Russian?
Why
I
is he
don't know,
Russian?
Ross. You always do this stuff.
Okay.
I somehow feel like Tom is actually a genius, but he can't handle like.
He's revealing. He's
He's
a Marxist in
hiding
disguise. Is a
he's
problem.
slipping all the time.
Yeah.
Those aren't random. Those
Hey,
isn't
Felix!
This isn't player error at this point.
Tom
This is plans.
wants to explore the city with you, Felix. What we gonna do?
We'll get the cart and we'll take it up to the Citadel with the troll head.
Ooh, it's a great idea, Felix. I've still got it. It's a bit rotted.
Yeah, it's quite heavily rotted at this point.
I'm sure the stables appreciates that.
Feed it to the pigs, right?
Yeah, the pigs will probably take it. Swine. I don't think they'd like to feed it to anything like their horses or anything like that.
No,
But yeah.
no way. Other than
So-
that, there would be literally no use for a rotten head, right?
So yeah, as you kind of go about your ways, making the plans for the day, sun's rising early, just creeping over the walls. The town's quite quiet at this point. Let's say most people seem to be out doing the thing. Merchants are setting up rather than selling the wares. They're just getting ready for the day. Find it easy to get through the streets at this point. Less of the jostling that you had to do yesterday. The docks in specific that you need would be to the south. So out of the south gate and on the exterior of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So who do we want to do first, docks or citadel?
You can do them first.
All right, let's go. I lead the other two. It's like, have you been to the South Docks before, Baka?
Didn't he say that?
He said he knows people at the docks, but there's South Docks and West Docks, right?
Well, it's a mystery.
Well, yes, I guess nobody knows.
Yes, let's just go.
Good talk. How did you sleep then?
It was the pillowiest bed that I've slept in quite a while.
Yes, it was very lavish.
I did have a
My
very
pillows actually had pillows. It was incredible.
It's kind of to the point where the bed was too soft. So you've got a bit of lower backache.
Yeah, because Nam is like 90 years old, right? So he must really hurt from that.
Yeah, at least 90 years.
I'm fucking aching, mate. Yeah, so that's what we do while we strut down to the southern docks. I just keep an eye on Baka and maybe strike up a conversation or two about the city. If there's anything he's been to before, if there's anything curious. If he thinks it's a good idea to trade in the 4 gold bars we have into gold coins, so we can divide it up for the party. Because
I've taken care of the gold bars last night.
Oh, that's great. So, how
Hold
much
on.
did you get for them?
yeah.
Oh, it's better. It's better than money.
Well, I sure appreciate money, though.
I don't like the sound of that, Baka.
It'll be fine. And he kind of hand waves. Trust me, I got this.
You do know these bars were about 200 golds worth, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
Was it 50 per bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Well,
That buys you like half a meal around here.
I don't know. It seems to me spine folk really not
These
the
aren't
best
spine
with
folk.
money. What do you mean? I thought Baka and Tom were from the spine.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I was talking about Baka and Tom. Well, we'll talk about that when we're all together again. But yeah, I don't care for now. We'll talk about this later. Naoki seemed to be a bit more amicable in the beginning. Now he's like back to the.
So, I mean, back if you wish, you can pick up on the way your requisitioned item. The
Oh, yes.
blacksmiths were to the south, so you can quite easily divert on the way.
I pick it up.
Yeah, and the dwarf that you were dealing with last night, extremely tired, but happy with his work. He's got the 2 thick, broad chains cast in gilt gold, laid on a mannequin which would usually be used to play armor pieces.
Perfect, and I fit them on.
What fashion do you put them on? Like double sash or
Like just both over the head, round the neck. Like
what? Oh yes, like a sash. Okay.
Yeah, so they're not huge, so they don't dangle quite like a Mr. T type chain.
you
But
stunned them wrong. They're not perfect.
I
You
thought they
didn't
were
quite give him
supposed to be
enough to do so.
anchor chains. Right?
Well, no, not quite anchor chains, but big, thick
Yeah.
chains.
So they're not quite in like the modern style, but they're more like a layered, like snake chains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More like
Awesome.
more practical chains rather than for show chains.
exactly. Yeah.
In giant, I say, Baka. What is this?
It's some gold chains I had made.
And for what reason do you need gold chains when we're headed back into the spine?
They're easier to carry than coins.
You hear the dwarf chirp up.
I head to I talk to the dwarf. I'm sorry, Master Dwarf. How much would you pay for these chains?
Me personally,
Yes. As a trader. How much, if somebody came to you with those chains, how much would you give them for them?
I'd be wanting to take them off of his hands, but I'd say about 40 gold.
Look at Barker. There you
You're
have
well
it.
out of fashion.
Well, they're
But
nice work. They're
You
nice
mentioned
work.
dwarves in spine. They're the kind of market that you'd be looking for.
How
I
much?
see.
How much might they give for these chains?
Well, anything of fashion. Well, like an American.
Everybody knows all dwarfs are Scottish.
Fashionable pieces, they are in the eye of the beholder.
I see. Well, I congratulate you on your work. This is quite
Garish,
Soup.
tacky, yeah.
something. Well,
Yes, you have found a way to make 200 golds worth of gold bars into 40 gold worth of chains.
He just shrugs.
That's actually quite incredible. I'm not even mad.
I like to imagine he just cut off, like he just kept 3 gold bars for himself and then just made it a one. It's like that's these fucking idiots, what the fuck? Yeah, dwarf, make up some bullshit about dwarves.
anyways, I believe our business is concluded at this place. You have a good day, sir. Baka?
What? See you later.
I don't even know what to say at this point, but I sure hope these gold chains, if they are not intact by the end of the day, you owe us 200 gold pieces.
We might. I'm really looking forward to Baka making himself a crown. Lavish purple robes.
All right,
Anyway.
onward to the south docks.
I kind of shrug my shoulders and
Yeah.
just start walking towards the southern docks.
I whispered to Nan, gold chains, they're gonna break at the first opportunity. They're put on the straight. What was he thinking?
Yes, that is quite right. I do believe we are paired with quite special people.
So, as you exit the gate, you don't really have to deal with the same scrutiny that you had coming in, and you see the guards make a note of who's leaving as well.
Mm-hmm.
You give a nod to one as you pass. The kind of atmosphere in the outer walls, it's more active at this time, especially around the river. You see quite a lot of fishing docks that are being manned. People setting the boats up, ready to go out.
All right.
There's a few like mini shanty towns that go out onto the water, like a what's the word? Like on stilts, like that type of wooden construction.
Yeah. So, do you still have a fixed name for the person I'm looking for? Because last time I didn't manage to write it down. We just spoke about it in passing.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Jamas Noak.
All right. So I head to the dog and walk over to there's probably a really old guy just sitting there, like person
Give me
who
a
just.
perception.
All right. 12.
Most of the individuals that you see are quite young, young to middle-aged, active, in shape and prime of the life types. But you do see one older individual that's struggling with his tack. He's struggling to get a knot undone
Mm-hmm.
from his.
Can you
business.
put the guy's name in chat so I
Sure.
can write it down because I got distracted again. Yeah, thank you. So I walk up to that person, the one who's struggling with his knot, saying, "Good day, sir."
What? Hello? Who's that? He kind of looks around, struggling to see you, and you see kind of pearly look to his eyes. Finally, his eyes settle on you. Hello.
Do you know anybody called Yamasnoke?
Yes, that's me, I think. Yes, that's me.
Ah, well, I've been looking for you. I hear you brew potions.
Shh.
What
Yeah,
do you
kinda-
want?
Leans towards you. Doesn't change the volume of his voice, goes, yes, I do.
I got some ingredients. I'd be willing to pay you to brew something for me. Could you do it
Looks-
today?
What's the occasion?
Can I make an insight check? I feel like this guy's just making drugs.
Go nuts.
Oh, he's totally trustworthy, I think.
Sorry, 1 second. Everyone just vanished off of Roll20.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
see that.
Yeah, he's a very confused old man.
Oh, he's not Yamasnog.
You tell me.
Make of that what you want.
Well, listen, old man. I'm headed out
Yes, I'm
into
listening.
Spine. I need
Why
something
would you want to
keep...
do that? You crazy?
Maybe. None of your concern. I would like something to keep me and my friends alive. So, can you help me with that?
Maybe.
Could you be more vague? I'll pay you. What's your price? I got 6 giant toes. 12 giant toes. Yes, I got 12 giant toes.
12 giant toes.
Yes.
Healing potions.
Yes.
Snappy at this point. Well, they're not easy to produce.
How long, how much?
12 giant toes, along with the reeds from the river, toadstools, all manner of other concoctions. 3 days. And you would get 3 potions.
Is that accurate? Like,
40 gold apiece.
I look at Baka, look at the man's eyes, hold a hand out, and gesture him to give me the chains.
As he's holding his hand out, I like low five him.
Baka, you are a treasurer. Give me the gold so I can paint the man.
Why?
I just said why.
I wasn't listening.
Can't tell if that's character or Alex.
No, I know he's buying. I know he's buying health potions for 40 gold apiece. Just to clarify, Baka doesn't. Baka's not being paying attention.
Oh, Baka, this man is willing to provide us with health potions. So, we need to pay the man. And these chains you have on you are exactly 120 gold pieces in worth, aren't they?
These chains? No, these are worth 40 gold.
Hi, you're at a party with this guy.
Do you know the Hans and Luck tale?
No.
Alright.
Oh, shame.
Well, I think they're worth a lot more. The dwarf said 40 in here. 200 in the mountains, but 40 here.
I don't think he said that.
Alright. Chamas, how about, because I'm providing you with already the most hard to acquire resources, ingredients.
Yes.
We'll say 100 gold for 3 potions.
Okay, done.
A good price you got there, and I slap I slap Nav on the Naukir on the back, and walk away to where Nam's standing.
Didn't you want 40 for the entire thing?
No, he said 40 for 1 potion. Right?
I'm not sure if these potions will be
Mhm.
made to trade standards, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you're aware
You're
you're
not
you're handing 12 toes and 100 gold over to a crazy beggar in the street.
Scott,
I'm not saying. I'm paying him when he's done.
They're
Right,
gonna
well,
cut it
I'm
with
not fine.
washing powder.
None.
Do I recount that right? That he said 40 for the lot?
No, 40 per.
Okay. Thank God we aren't all awful traders.
Well, I mean, it still might. He still might just make me like some toe water or some shit.
Yeah, he's gonna make you toe water. I'm
So
walking
I
away
just-
at this point.
I just would like to make. What kind of check would that be like? To
You've already made your insight check.
yeah, that's true.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
I mean, you haven't even listened to a thing that we said. How can you make an insight check?
I'm do a
He's
try.
listening now.
I'm taking one look at the guy. Like, you know, when you look at certain people, you're like, yeah, you're obviously a weirdo. That's what I'm doing. I'm judging a book by its cover.
He looks like a weirdo.
Have you looked
18.
in the mirror recently?
I don't think you need to roll for that. He looks like a weirdo.
18. Does he seem like he knows how to make health potions?
He seems like he knows the herbs, and he's definitely listed the herbs confidently. He did seem very eager to take the deal, though.
Does he look like the sort of person who we could equally find with 100 gold pieces in hand, like completely drunk, naked outside the back of an alley with no idea who he is in 3 days' time?
No, he doesn't look like a beggar. He's just an old man.
Yeah. So
Wizened in his age and kind of stooped in posture, but for all intents and purposes, he lives a life. He's not a beggar.
Okay.
well, Jamas, I'm giving you the toes now, and I'll pay you the 100 gold upon completion. In 3 days, you said, right?
Yes.
My name is Naukir. I'll come and find you in 3 days here, and if the goods are right, I'll pay you the gold. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Well, I take out the little bundle with the 12 giant's toes. Try not to fuck me. I'd like to have an alchemist around to make
Excuse
future
me?
healings with.
It's been many years.
You're exactly the weird kind of alchemist I've been looking for. I
Well, thank
put
you.
my trust in you. Well, I'll see if I like you after I've seen your product. Here you go. 3 days, right here.
Yes, old man.
Hi,
Don't get
my
high
name's
on your
Paul.
own supply.
And one of the things that annoys me the most about living.
Bashing up giant toes into lines.
He just wraps a line of giant toe and just. It's like Scarface, just mound of giant toes. Face in. Okay, well, that concludes that.
Yep.
Anything else on the docks that you wanted to do?
Yeah, well, I want to go around and see if we're find the guys that I knew from before.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Yep. Me too.
So during the discussion that you've had with Janice, the fishermen that we're setting up have kind of set out, and the stronger, older individuals set out upriver. Most of them head downriver towards the fork and around that area.
I think I'd go to the restaurant first because I've not had any breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we say we all had breakfast
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so we...
Yeah, I mean, if you've held out, you can get a more meager breakfast here.
What about second breakfast?
You can quite easily find
Back is not just a
fairly
Goliath.
decent meal for
Yeah, how-
about 1 silver.
He's a hobbit.
So yeah, there's a nice little place that does seafood. Old Chinas.
And yeah, you find your way to a small little inn.
I know it's spelled Gina.
This is the greasy shovel that you find.
Yes. The greasy shovel. That's not. Well, there's the waitress that I recognise is in there,
Sure.
and I start asking about whether, because I recognise her and she knows like my old friend from working on the docks, and I ask, is Tommy around? I know he
Tommy.
used to work on the docks.
Well, I've not seen him for quite some time. There's kind of a bit of a pause in his statement there. But how are you anyway?
I'm good. I said I'm just I'm passing through. Doing a bit of work here and there. Managed to get these chains, which is pretty nice.
They are awful.
Thank you.
Yes.
He says with like a wry grin.
Well, you've got to hold on to what you've got somehow.
Okay, face palms in the back.
So, just out of curiosity, out of character, what's the aim with meeting these individuals? Just a bit of RP background development? Or...
I was looking to see me. Sorry.
Because I have absolutely no fucking clue what your angle is.
I was asking for Tommy, who used to work on the docks, and I was asking Gina, who works the diner all day. No, Bon Jovi living on a prayer. No one.
Anyway, flash cut. So Felix and Tom,
Have it back up!
yeah, you make your way back up through the upper districts, and you kind of see absolutely no one at this point, apart from the occasional young mother with the kids walking out in the parks.
And then she said, "Put that away!" Could you believe that, Felix?
Why, yes, Tom, I can believe that.
What have cities become? Tom shakes his head sadly. I'm shaking my head in real life, but you can't see that.
Yeah, I gathered.
Well, everybody that watching the stream can see it, right?
Monkeys.
The as you approach the Citadel gate, the gate is actually closed. different to the outer gates. This one's closed and manned more heavily. Instead of there just being patrols on the walls, they're actually stationed men. And there's at least a small section of 10 individuals that are manning the gate. One holds his hand up, who's wearing same kind of outfit as the rest of the guards, but with a kind of red sash half cloak over one shoulder. Halt. Who goes there, and what business do you have?
Good morning to you, sir. My name is Felix Belfandrio, and this is my good friend Tom.
Hello.
We're here to turn in some bounties.
What have you got?
Can you not see the troll head? I'll wave it around. It's the troll.
The troll head, we were uncertain about, but we also have orc ears and some Nord ears.
Just nods. Okay. Well, one moment. We've got to search you before you enter the citadel.
We get giant ears too.
And kind of frisk you down, looking through your equipment. Any resistance there from either of you?
Are they taking my equipment?
No. It's just kind of like a frisk search. Noting which weapons you've got, what your armament is, anything that's within pouches and bags.
Tom doesn't have
Okay.
a problem.
No problem.
Alright, same
Oh,
rules
that
in
tickles.
the town. No weapons on show. Keep yourself to yourself. You find the quartermaster immediately right, far corner of the citadel grounds. Biggest building that you see, tucked away by the tower.
What do they mean by no weapons in show? I've my trident in like a belt lip.
Means not drawn.
Okay.
That shouldn't be a problem.
They crack open the portcullis for you.
We had where we were directed.
As you enter the courtyard, there's quite a bit of a hubbub in this area. So there's training grounds that are quite a number of soldiers that are, training drills. There's some that are just chewing the fat around a camp, but the majority of them are, well disciplined, working away at the day, and some are transporting goods from building to building. You quite easily find your way to the quartermaster's.
Before we make it to the quartermaster,
Sure.
I'll turn to Tom. Tom, try to keep the troll head out of line of sight of the quartermaster until I call for it, okay?
I put my hands behind my back and nod.
How about you hold it out of nose shout as well?
Gotcha. I'm standing very obviously with my hands like held behind my back.
Yeah,
My
I
shield's
figured.
quite good covers.
Like a boy who just stole a pie.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a few of the soldiers do notice you as you kind of walk in, just give you a odd look.
I'd
But
make sure I'm always perpendicular towards them.
yeah, that's
Just the
that's what I think
quartermaster,
more.
Tom. Don't worry about the rest of them.
Oh. Okay, Felix.
So the quartermaster's building kind of crawls up the wall. It's almost as tall as the wall. The wall's being like 20 to 25 foot. The citadel walls are actually a little bit taller than the rest of the town walls. And as I say, the quartermaster's building crawls up and kind of merges with the wall. And yeah, there's a kind of grandiose entrance. So it's open, so as you walk in, there's guards dotted around, soldiers that are obviously set on guard duty here, and there's a kind of long desk that covers the room from one end to the other, and then behind it there's multiple rooms that are all locked behind like iron doors, and there's one individual that's stood behind in kind of, if you imagine the armour that the urchin guards wear, but more kind of casual, so more cloth and leather. Middle-aged gentleman, cross-cropped hair, and tight goatee. Hello. What can I do for you?
Good morning, sir. My name is Felix Belfender, and this is my associate Tom.
Hello. I don't
we
wave this
have-
time.
We have some bounties to turn in.
Okay, what you got?
I give him the orc ears first.
How
We
many
have a
have you
few orc ears. How many, Tom?
Oh, Tom doesn't know. It's all in the bag.
Did you not write it down?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's in one of the loot things, wasn't it? Oh, it's in chat.
Sake.
When you leave stuff to Tom.
You're giving me shit about.
Wasn't
gold
only
chain.
6?
What? What am
Yeah,
I
6 is
giving you
right.
shit about, Alex?
A gold chain.
Well, that's well worth giving you shit about.
Yeah.
Nah.
6 orcs. What was it? 4 Nordirs and 4 Giants, right? And then we had didn't we cut off the ears of the 2 humans as well? Or did I not get away with that?
Which two? The scouts?
Yeah, the 2 scouts. I'm pretty sure I cut their ears
remember
off.
if you did or not. That's fine.
Sergeant stopped you.
Oh, did he? There you go.
Yeah. Okay. 6 years, 5 apiece as per the bounty. It's like a stack of gold.
We have some Nord ears. We weren't quite certain on the particulars. We were just coming in from out when we heard about the bounty. Well, we suspected there might be a bounty.
Yep, they come hand in hand nowadays. The bounty is due to be extended towards the Nordish individuals.
I give him the Nord ears as well.
So how many have you got again?
4.
Oh, okay, yep, so add another 20 onto that, so it's totally 50 so far.
And then we ran across a troll that was guarding one of the bridges between here and Welton, and I motioned to Tom.
Tom licks here.
At the head, Tom.
Oh! But the quartermaster, Felix.
Yes, remember I said, bring it out when I motion.
Oh!
This
Got
should
you.
be now.
And Tom flourishes forwards. I'm going to roll a charisma performance.
Sure, go
To
ahead.
flourish. Oh, I hope I rolled a 1 and I flung it at his face or something. Spins forward and says, Voila! A troll head.
He's smiling gently at the little interaction that you two have just had.
Wait, the troll head or the quartermaster?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Well,
The judgmental troll.
there's no bounty currently out on trollheads, but proof of doing a good deed, I suppose. I'll extend this to 10 gold for people.
Note, make a note to self, Tom. Murder is a good deed.
You get
And then
paid to do
just
that.
outside of town, we came across some giants, and I give him the giant ears.
Tom frowns at this point.
Once
Feels
again,
bad.
not on the bounty list, but giants have been roaming south more often recently. Hill giants, I presume.
Yes, where are they coming from?
Something is pushing them out, and I would hazard a guess that the Orc and Nord movements towards the east and northeast is pushing the tribes out. They were never strong to begin with. They respected the civilization and stayed clear. As such, we never encountered them unwittingly.
Have you heard
What?
of them bringing over terrors of the sky?
He just looks at you quizzically.
Dragons.
Thankfully, no. No, we have not.
Did we get anything for the ears?
Once again, as I say, no bounty out for the giants, but I will match the 10 gold for the troll per pair. Stacks another 20 on.
I like this guy. Tom smiles broadly.
I look around for like a bounty board or anything.
Yeah. So there is a kind of board that's set to the side. There's a lot of requisition notices on there from guards and requisition notices that have to be sent out to traders, etc. But there's a section that's kind of pinned the bounties, and you do see a freshly written note that denotes the bounty being extended for the Nordirs. Below that, there is only one other note currently, and that details a group of bandits, human, that have preyed upon the outlying settlements indiscriminately, taking advantage of the fact that the urchin patrols are otherwise indisposed. And the reward for that is 15 gold for proof of the leader's demise, plus 5 gold per bandit. And that's
Does it
proof
say where
by
they're
thumbs.
operating out of? The general area?
General area is north over the river. Other than that, there's no concrete evidence. Concrete information.
Out of character, what was the name of the town that is south and east between here and the spine?
South and east between here and the spine is Tatao.
Tatao, there it is. Do you have any work heading towards Tatao?
Honestly, no. The southern reaches for the moment are quiet. Dwarves have managed to hold any breaches through the spine so far. As such, we aren't too concerned with the south. There's not been any word sent by Tato of issues. Our focus predominantly is to the north and northeast.
What do we know about the movements of the orcs in the north?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Cut out a bit.
What do we know about the movements between the orcs and the nords?
Not an awful lot. They don't act as per orcs in the past. Skullbreaker's raids, although troublesome, are predictable. He aims for popular centres and aims to make the most of his raids and get out before we can react. These new raids are more focused on securing ground. Having said that, they do not linger in one position. And as such, there's many splinter groups. They don't operate as a fielded army.
Well, we're actually in from Suno, and we may be able to exchange some information, though the rest of our party has already talked with Fort Wool. But if it has not been disseminated, we are happy to exchange that information.
Yes, we do know about the sacking of Suno. Further to the fact that they raided the mines and razed the town, we don't have any further information.
Well, it's come to my understanding that Welton has also fallen.
3 days prior, yes. For what
The
we know,
information
every
that
man
we
was...
have-
Sorry, go on.
The information that we have suggests that there's at least 100 Nords and 200 Orcs. We know that the heraldry belonging to the Burning Crow, or the Ebon Clouds, the Viper Clan, and the White Skulls of the Nords have come over the mountain.
And he snaps his fingers, and there's like a scribe that's behind, who begins eagerly jotting down what you tell him. Go on.
It's not Spinebreaker, it's his nephew. Though I don't know his name.
Hmm.
He seems to be making a play for power, and these are his loyalists, so to speak, or those that have signed on with him. But there's something else at play. We interrogated one of the orcs, and it seemed to suggest that he called himself Forsaken. I don't know enough about orcs to determine what this might mean, but it seemed that he had already committed his soul to some other ungodly act.
Yes, weirdly enough, the Spinebreakers raids, although barbaric in nature, have some form of nobility to them. He has a code of ethics and honour that the king respects, and as such, as long as he doesn't overstep his mark, we live in a somewhat truce.
I think the longer that this nephew is able to run around unchecked in our lands, the higher likelihood that the rest of the orcs will join him and he will overthrow his uncle.
And then they might bring dragons.
He laughs when you make that statement. Well, Spinebreaker, he's an old goat. He's been around for nigh on a century now. He's held his power well. But if what you say is true, the motive seems clear. And their numbers definitely support their movements and actions. We're glad to get this information.
We're happy to help.
Now, are you in the market to be more help in the future?
Well, being helpful is nice, but having money is nicer.
Well, as I'm sure you may know, militaries don't run on an economy as culture knows it. We run on means and needs.
Means of production.
But if you can provide the services, then you will be paid adequately.
What services are you speaking of?
As I mentioned, the movements are difficult to predict. I know that Sergeant Michel has taken her band north to Suno to establish what has happened and hopefully track them to any form of strong point they've made. We are aware that on top of the bandits operating out of the northeast over the river once again, there does seem to be a area in the woods the orcs and Nords seem to be raiding from. Our scouts have yet to find this particular strong point. If you could find that and eradicate it, then...
Why don't you show me this on the map so that I have a better understanding of where it is we're heading?
Yeah, it kind of bends down below the desk. A3 sized scroll of paper.
Tom brings out his map.
And he rolls it out, and it's a highly detailed area of Urchin and the outline areas within, give or take, 50 miles. And about to the edge of the map, you see the outline woods to the northeast over the river that would be northwest of Welton. I'll tell you what, I will move you to the map player so you can have a look.
Wow, Tom thinks your cartographer is very good. Do you mind if I add some of this to my map?
I'd imagine you would need the information, yes.
Start copying.
So it would be... I'll pop a little dot on there for you. Drop it in red. Oh, that's not a dot. Draw shape. Red. There we go. Roughly about there, he kind of directs you. Yeah.
50 miles. Dang.
So this area is a deep section of forest. If you've passed through Welton, you know what the woods are like over the river. The scouts that we've sent so far have not returned. But with our information that and the lay of the land that we know, that is likely they are held up. There should be a string of broken forts that were abandoned years ago at the beginning of the lineage within those woods.
Is that where the giants are coming from?
No, the hill giants shy away from those woods.
Could you point me to where the giants are coming from?
They would be more easterly, east by northeast, if you think kind of east of Welton, that area. They've migrated far, I know.
And the bandits?
Some point between here and the location I've mapped. There are foothills in the area. Copses, caves. Could easily be held up in one of those.
And what's out in this area?
Well, that area is an extension of the forest that I mentioned. Extends roughly to north towards Eastgard, onto the banks of the lake, and somewhat another 50 miles east, and gives way to grasslands and rolling hills, much like what surrounds us here at Urchin.
All right. Did you get all that, Tom?
You just give me a minute. It takes a bit longer to draw than to talk. Tom's very slowly copying it. Doesn't
What are
want
you
to
doing?
mess up.
Like
Give
a
me a
turtle.
performance check on that one. Or, well, no, give me... Are you trained in cartography?
Nope.
Well...
Intelligence, right?
Dex. If you're drawing something, Dex.
Is that a save or is that a check?
What's unskilled again? That's just your modifier, isn't it?
It's just a check.
So it's a d20 minus what?
3.
Ooh.
I was going very slow, so I think I have advantage. Because I deliberately said I was going really slow to be really careful.
He just kind of cheers with a small little grin on his face. Kind of like if you're watching a small child try to draw and the kind of parental...
It's crayons.
Yes, that's great.
You're on the one.
Yeah, there's a little. I've drawn like a line connecting, like I've drawn like an X roughly where he wants it, and I spent like 20 minutes drawing a dragon instead next to it.
Yeah, you get distracted doing the whole Here Lies Monsters type thing.
Yeah.
But yes, if you could bring proof of the destruction of this individual, seems to be one of the more senior members of the tribe, possibly lieutenant or sub-chieftain within the area. Bring proof of his demise, and you'll be awarded. It takes a moment. I will set the contract to 400 gold upon completion, on top of the bounty that is already in place.
$400 gold on top of the bounty that's already in place for the orc ears, you mean?
Exactly.
And you say he's a sub-chieftain, which I assume means he's surrounded by quite a few of his brethren.
One would think, yes. Hence why the bounty on top, and you'll obviously the funds will be topped up accordingly.
There's no argument there. It just occurs to me that we would be heading into enemy territory, largely uncharted, where they may or may not be in a fortified position, depending on the level of recovery that they have managed to put these forts into, if they're using them at all. And we may or may not encounter up to 200 orcs.
An astute observation.
Now, my friend here, Tom, paid. How much was it for your meal last night, Tom?
10 gold pieces. Oh, no, wait. 190 gold pieces.
And
Felix,
he's kind of mouth open slightly. Where did you stay?
The Stoughton.
Well, they've had you for a fool.
Be that as it may, we've noticed that prices in Urshan are not country cheap, if you will.
You did have me as a fool. Courtesans don't even.
Depending where you shop, yes. If you go to one of the most expensive inns in town that focuses purely on the nobility that visits town, sure.
Yes, quite right. It just seems like an awful lot of risk for not much reward. Now, that's not to say that you won't get somebody to take it, but I don't think for 400 gold that I could put my life on such a dubious line.
If it's any consolation, the last report we received from Rochelle was that there was a large movement of orcs south towards the east of Urchin. From what she has sent, it seems that they have split their forces into two, possibly more, sections or directions of attack. As it is, I don't believe you will run into anything more than spattered bands of orcs within those woods. Once again, they know not to move within direct action of Urchin.
I should think not. They don't have the numbers for a siege, and I doubt they brought any equipment for it over the spine, though they could have felled some timbers for ladders.
The best siege weapon flies. Tom scribbles more teeth on his dragon.
The best siege weapon can throw a 90-kilogram projectile over 200 nails.
Well, what do you suggest then? Is the price too low for you?
Well, I suppose we could do that. We could head up there and take a look.
Give me a quick persuasion as well on the whole conversation.
Tom.
Me?
He said Tom.
Did he?
No. Felix, you're doing that. Definitely Felix.
Yeah,
not Tom.
I was curious, but I heard you say Tom, so I was like, okay.
I'm saving my persuasion for getting training and cartography.
Kind of looks you up and down a bit. And looks at Tom. How many is your band then?
Well, besides Tom and myself, we have 3 others.
5 men.
Bit less than 200.
Yes. But
Yes, it is 5 men, but we would be able to slip in more
Exactly.
easily, and we are quite versatile, I'll assure you. I think that a rate of at least 800 gold is appropriate for such excellent services. And if we die, you would never have to pay us anyway.
Well, let's hope it comes. But 800 does sound more on par with the danger that you'll be stepping into. Done. I'll have the contract written up.
By the way, I gave Felix a strong look when he said sneak into somewhere.
Need to get rid of my chainmail.
And 2 chains over there.
I just pat him on the show. And how much was you said on the board there was the bounty for the bandits? How much was that?
Gold for the head of the chieftain. And
10
5
gold. 15 gold. That's right. I got it.
And then 5 gold per right thumb.
So, who?
Once a thumb's severed, can you tell the difference between
Yeah,
left and right thumb?
Yeah, I think so.
Depends who's looking at it.
You can, in fact.
I mean, just put one thumb.
ligaments work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair point.
just put a thumb over another thumb. Who's your cartographer? I'd like to speak with them.
Well, that would be Albrecht, the court sage. He's currently indisposed, though. He's on the trip that Lysander, the Duke, has taken to Wolfscram.
Oh, Tom's
I'm
good
sure
cheer
he's actually due back.
evaporates.
They are due back within immediate days. Should you
Ooh,
wish to be, I'm
Yes.
sure he will be available.
I would like him to be my sensei. It's a spine word that is means master. As you can see, my dragons aren't as good as his. Tom's got some work to do. He's got to learn how to draw, otherwise he's not going to know where the dragons are.
Well, every skill has its start. You keep at it.
Thanks, buddy, that means a lot. You're like the nicest person I've met so far. Really appreciate that. You're doing good for the city. I really want to help out Urchin now. This guy's great, isn't he, Felix?
The words are
Felix
kind.
probably looks quite annoyed when you start calling him Baka.
Now, is there any more discussions to be had, or is our business done here?
I believe that we have found out all that we can here. I shall speak with the rest of my party, and we'll see about heading up north.
Great. Now, I do not apologize. I do not mean to be rude, but I have a huge workload for the day. If there is nothing else to discuss, I would ask you to take your leave, and I wish you well on your journeys.
Good day, sir.
Thanks, just give me, my name's Tom, so just shout for Tom in the city somewhere.
I'm sure I will spot you, Tom.
Yeah, thanks friend. Nice chat. Hope you have a good day. What should I do about these straw heads?
I will take that.
Alright, good luck. Good, nice map, again. Oh,
Okay.
let me take my map. It's mine. Alright, see ya. Felix, that went well.
And as you're leaving, you kind of hear him say, "Burn that now."
I think the troll head could have regenerated the whole troll. Probably not, right?
Maybe he just stinks.
I think it was quite dead.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking about the chair that Tom sat on to draw.
I think that's us.
Sure. Okay. So I'll flash cut back to the group within the Greasy Shovel. There's been a bit of a kind of amorous conversation between Backer and the young lady, the barmaid.
I look around. Does this inn seem to have rooms, or is it just like a bar?
should you pose the question, she does answer there is a small allotment of rooms that are offered at the price of 3 silver pieces per night.
That sounds more up our alley, and Baka seems to know the people around here. Maybe they'll take him from us. What do you think? Should we lodge here? Is
That makes-
Johan gone, or is he still muted? No. Did he say anything? Well, I just assume my word is Nam's word.
It's nice here.
Alright. Well, 3 silver per room. I assume it's a 1 person, or per bed, right?
Yeah, they're like a mix of double and single rooms.
Alright. Baka, why don't you pay for tonight? For all of us.
Sure.
Thank you.
And across 10 gold pieces.
I'm
Okay.
sure the barmaid is his friend, so
Yeah, I mean, with that
she's
kind
gonna
of,
accept the tip and say, that's really nice of you, right?
yeah, with that cost that you've just given her, she accepts a bit of a tip on top, and you're covered for meals and a modicum of drinks whilst you're within your stay. Can I
Well,
go for
I'm
you?
covered for drinks and food.
Yeah,
No,
and
that easily covers you for the group.
Okay.
over the next few days or just today?
That'd cover you for 2 days.
Alright. Great. Well, I believe meeting point was back at our previous inn, and if you want to stay here, I'll go fetch them.
Yeah, I'll come with.
Well, I just have them hand out our keys or whatever, and yeah, we just go to meet people, Tom and Felix.
You never know who you'll run into.
Yeah, that's quite right, Baka.
She gives kind of like a longing gaze as Baka leaves. But yeah, you guys head back into the main town.
Wait, who got longing gazes? What?
Baka.
Oh, because of the gold chains.
Go change, motherfucker!
No,
I thought
she
it was
definitely
like-
didn't like the gold chains.
Oh.
Damn.
She's
She
into idiots.
specifically stated that she did not like them.
Baka likes them, that's what matters.
But yeah, you make your way back into town. This rate, you'd probably be looking early morning, well, kind of like mid-morning, late morning, 10, 11 o'clock. And most of the townsfolk that aren't already, predetermined with farming, etc., they're
That's-
starting to make their ways out.
That roll is for the whisper I sent you earlier.
I've been speaking for like 10 minutes, 15 maybe.
Nice.
Good job.
10 out of 10, Johan. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, so the kind of bookstores that you would be looking for, okay, you can quite easily find those on the way back up through the upper district.
Mhm.
That's kind of where more kind of scholarly pursuits are easy to find.
Right.
And you do come across a small shop that's kind of set off of the main square that the dazzling array is set on.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just like a small little library. And this one is called the Zenith.
The Zenith. Alright. Is it the Zenith or just Zenith?
The Zenith.
I take note of its place and plan to revisit, but at the moment we are going to back to our inn to fetch the rest of the party and see kind of results we got from their errand.
Okay. So as you heading back towards the square, oddly enough, you kind of enter the square as Felix and Tom are also entering the square. It's almost like it was meant to happen.
Oh, how fortuitous.
Exposition dump incoming. So, through the hubbub and din of the town, a loud and proud horn sounds. Musical yet inspiring, a short burst of notes echo through the streets. Children and adults alike stop in fear. Fear at first upon the possibility of an attack on the city, but the initial fear soon turns to joy as they recognise the musical tones and more imperial-like nature of the horn. Very short, kind of bugle type note that rings out, and you begin to hear whispers and conversations between people, detailing the Duke and has he returned? Has he brought the men? Has he come to defend us? It's been so long, he's been gone a year, etc. And also talk about, I wonder how his trip went to Wolf's Crown, I wonder how the king is doing, is the king regent still in charge, etc. As you do so, and you kind of draw to the centre of the square as a group, everyone's kind of looking to the west, which is where the sound has come. And at this point, you can quite clearly see now, never dawned on you before, but the concourse that leads west is very wide, almost purpose-built for the movement of wide bodies of troops. And people have filtered off the streets as a larger cohort of the soldiers that you've seen throughout your stay march at speed in lockstep towards the western gate. The crowd's parting to the man before them, and the inn is still the town square is still densely populated, as all people are kind of jostling to see down the street. You, with your position that you're in, quite clearly see down the street. So now empty the streets, you can, once again, to reinforce the fact, quite clearly see the roads are wide enough, almost as they're designed to birth the width of an entire cavalry formation. And as that thought crosses your mind, the portcullis is open to a full and a 30 wide formation rides in, much like the cavalrymen that you saw with Rishal. They walk at a brisk trot, and at the head sits a strong and proud of stature man, fine warhorse. He sits taller than the rest of the surrounding horsemen, and his armour, much like the Wolf's Guard and the Knights of the Wolf that you spotted before, but more regal and thicker set in nature. A very heavily set plate armoured individual. And his wide build easily bears his great sword across his shoulders. He canters into the town, and the initial shock of seeing this wide cavalry formation moving into the town gives way to the realization that on the right hand flank of this individual is a impossibly large wolf that almost stands as tall as he does upon the horse, walking in step, and darkest black, and walks almost as if it's a trained wolfhound. And they fall into step in front of the cohort that had marched out to meet them, and they kind of stop and assess the situation.
What was the name of the sage, Scott? Can you write it down?
I did.
Okay, my screen's bugged.
Right, there you go.
Oh. Thank you.
Well, it seems like the capital's reinforcements have come.
It should bring things to an interesting boil.
At this point, the formation starts to move with the the foot soldiers walking in like a phalanx formation beforehand. Just walking at the brisk march down the square. They're still a long distance away from you. Easily the length of the concourse, that'd be about 900 to 1,000 meters.
I lean over to Felix and I say, well, if there's more where that comes from, I feel like we might be out of work soon.
I got us a bit of work, but I think we should speak to the group as a whole. There's something that's bothering me about all this.
I agree. There's something bothering me.
Oh,
We can talk about this at our new inn. We've managed to secure a place. Barker knows from traveling here before, and we've gotten room for the next 2 days for a much more affordable price. Barker's spending, inviting us, basically. More on that later, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure out by just taking a look at him.
Only a dragon could face these force on the field. The orcs don't stand a chance.
And whilst you've been having this conversation, the initial whispers and murmurs of the Duke they've exploded into full-blown conversation and confirmation. Oh my god, it's him! He's back! Finally!
Is that the Duke? Or I just try and hear around who he is. Surely somebody drops the name.
Yeah, as you ask the question, there's a younger male, early 20s type.
A youngling.
Yeah, it's him. I can't believe he's back. Just in time. Oh, we started to lose hope. Wait, you don't recognise him?
I'm sorry, I'm not from here.
Oh, yeah, that's Lysander. He's the uncle to the king. Well, king in waiting, but yeah, you get me. He's been in Wolfcrown for the past year.
Well, isn't that an arrival?
Wolfcrown is really far from here, right?
Yeah, Wolfcrown is like the other end of the lineage.
It would take like a month to travel there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he's got magic.
Should bring his whole army. Is there spellcasters around? Like, is that common knowledge, or do I need to roll something for that?
Yeah, it'd be common knowledge that spellcasters are a thing within the lineage. It's not like a taboo. They're generally more divine in nature, but there are arcane practitioners that have either served with the Sindari College yet, or an extension of Sindari.
Yeah, I would imagine there's like some people like Sergeant Merrick, like paladins or clerics or something like that.
Yeah, generally in the lineage, the prime magical force is divine in nature, due to the connection with the Pentacle.
Excuse me, random peasant. Excuse me.
Yes.
Wait, what one?
Turtle thing?
Yeah. We get on well, don't we, already? Hey, what one's Auric?
Oh, he's right there. He's riding behind him. And now it draws your attention. You do see an individual that's riding a much smaller kind of, like a finer riding horse type. It's a older, middle-aged individual. He's wearing kind of fine, dark blue robes. Kind of wizened in his looks.
Thanks a lot, mate. I really appreciate you helping me out like that. Hope you have a good day.
You too. I think we're all going to have a good day today.
The world's just looking great, isn't it?
It's looking better. And at this point, the formation is drawn to the town square now, and people have started to part to the edges of the town square.
Well, somebody address the people? Is there any more reason for us to stay around?
No, let us go.
All right.
As I mentioned when you first entered Urchin, there was a priestess of Aisa that kind of holds a place in at the pulpit within the centre of town, and she was there. She was mid-tirade about extolling the virtues of Aisa and maintaining virtue and not giving way to chaos, and it's slowly tailed off. She tried to beat the hubbub and eventually tailed off.
Well, it's tough to beat that.
Yeah. Leads a point at the pulpit. The leader of this formation, the Duke, draws towards it. Are you still going to lead the square?
I put a hand on Felix's shoulder and say, "It looks like the uncle of the king in waiting is going to speak to the people. You're not interested?"
I suppose we could tarry here for a couple more minutes.
Yes.
No, just a bit of exposition for you, Felix, as a character. You would know that the current king in waiting, what's his name?
King George.
No, it isn't. It's the one thing that I've not got open. Give me one moment. The king in waiting is underaged due to King Derwent II, who was the previous passing away before he became of age. As such, the uncle, who is the brother to Lysander, is now acting as King Regent, and Lysander being the Warden of the East and General of the Armies. Lambard Girardin is the current Regent, and Gabriel Girardin is the king in waiting. And you would know that between Lambard and Lysander, they've been effectively training him in. Lysander is training him within matters of war and management of manpower, and Lambard is looking after him in terms of the stately matters.
So Lysander is also how do you say that again?
Lysander is the Warden of the East and Duke of Urchin.
Yeah, but Lysander's not his last name. It's his first name, right?
Girardin.
Girardin.
It's the name of the country.
If you want to pronounce it as Sofia, Girardin. Yeah, Lysander and Lambard were both brothers to Derwent. Derwent being the oldest of the three when he passed away. Lambard then became the oldest of the.
There's no queen?
Derwent does have a wife. Lambard has a wife. She's called Marissa Lyon. And Lyon being a noble house from the Lucienburg.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. You said that the older brother, who was the king, died.
Mm-hmm.
But did his wife die too?
No, the wife is still alive, Yasmina Lucienburg, who is of the Principality of Lucienburg. She's still alive, but due to politics and the...
I mean, she wouldn't inherit it anyway, so...
No, she wouldn't, but she would be the most likely candidate to be the regent.
Yeah, and you would know that that's not the way the Girardin lineage works.
That's fine, that's why I was asking.
They're chauvinists.
I don't know if it was really that likely for the queen. I mean, how often in history was the regent end up actually being the...
It's a fantasy world, guys. It's totally probable.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think a queen is a probable outcome. I think what Scott's got is much more probable. Like having an uncle take over in the name of the kid. That's happened so many times in history.
Then the uncle goes mad, tries to take over, and then the kid has to fight from nothing to
Yeah.
get the crown
Yeah,
back.
but
And then he
first the
sings-
uncle sees like over a canyon the king waiting, then pushes him over, and then says, "Long live the king" by letting him fall. All right.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the current political state of affairs of the Girondin lineage.
Well then. Is anybody about to make a great speech? Unless, I guess, we all
Oh yeah,
walk out,
Lysander has dismounted now and is taking his place in the pulpit.
walking over to the mic.
Tom's excited. This is much more in line with cities. Grandiose
I
displays of
message
wealth.
Nam and I whisper to, like, I bet he has a funny voice.
Or if I had a cantrip to make his voice sound funny, I would do that.
Not
And
against
you
it. Yeah, you would die.
You would probably die instantly. No. Yeah, so he clears his voice and waits for the crowd to quieten. People of Urchin. I, Lysander Girondin, your long-standing duke, have returned from my stay within Wolfcrown. I wish it was on better terms, and not the current state of affairs that we hold ourselves in. Rest assured that now I am back, I will eradicate this threat to our nature and do everything to keep you within safety. With time, we will be moving to approach the invaders head on, and once we have done so, we'll eradicate them from this side of the spine. Upon which life will return to normal, and the king will seek the accord to be upheld with the Orcs of Orcisimar thereforth.
How does the crowd react?
There's a kind of low murmuring. You get the feeling he's not a public speaker.
Yeah, he
yeah.
sounds a bit somber.
I shout out, arms crossed. Fuck the accord.
Everyone stays away from Baka.
Yeah, I step away from him.
And his eyes lock to your location.
So you get executed.
The wolf also lock into your eyes and hold your gaze steelily. And yeah, the crowd of it's kind of like a dissentful murmur, and you do hear the odd occasion of people agreeing with you, and yeah, well, that makes sense. Why have we upheld it for so long? What have they ever done? They raid us? They pillage? And King, he just lets that happen. As that kind of builds up, Lysander holds his hand up again. Now, I know that the state of affairs is not something that is comfortable for everyone, least of all myself. But as King is still in waiting, we follow the rule of Lambard, my brother. And as General and Warden of the East, I hold his orders to the T. In the meantime, we seek to make the accord complete again. But I do appreciate your concerns, citizen.
That was pretty mild.
Didn't address the point at all. Classic politician.
Yeah, classic politician. I mean, it wasn't a really well executed point, more an observation.
Mm-hmm.
I walk over to Baka and I tug on his chain and I say, remember what we talked about last time about opening your mouth before thinking?
I did think.
And
Fuck-
he kind of he steps
fuck
up
the
a little
accord.
bit. he steps off the pulpit at this point, and you see him lean towards the Alrek, the sage, whispers in his ear, still looking in your direction, Backer.
I'm gonna lean in front of the camera and wave at Altrek and smile.
And he mounts up again, and the formation begins to move towards the citadel.
Felix. It's a 7-foot tall Goliath there in these bright, shining gold chains.
Anyways, let us head back and discuss our current situation.
Alright.
Yes, let's do that quickly.
let's not
All right, we
stay here.
fast travel to the sandy shovel, whatever it was called.
You can't fast travel because there are enemies around.
Backer gets like a few kind of like pats on the back from surlier looking gentlemen, stouter, robust men. They kind of give him a pat on the back and good point. I agree with you.
Good point.
Fucking leg your chains, mate.
And then on the flip side, you do get a lot of disparaging comments, basically saying how dare you question the Duke, etc. One of them even says, "I pity you for you're a fool."
Yes! Yes! It's worth it for the memes.
I'll give you like one meme in character for each session.
God damn it. Yeah, alright, so we are back at the...
Don't goddamn it me, you two started it.
How?
You bought the chains. How did anyone else start it?
Yeah.
Raekwon and Method Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no way.
What? No.
What? Who's that?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You started it, I'm just getting on the bandwagon.
That's not a meme. I mean, you're not...
Cub.
What is...
Sure, so
Yeah.
after a short walk back to the dock, you make your way back to the greasy shovel.
Oh yeah, greasy shovel, my bad. Alright, we get a table. And say, well, do you want to go first, or should we?
Yeah, that was great. This town's really livening up. Tom's enjoying everything. Much
That's
more
great to hear.
exciting than yesterday.
I probably have noticed the gold chains around Baco.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess I know where our gold bars have gone.
Proudly.
Yes, we will address it. We could address it just now. So,
Easier to carry.
Barker has made the great decision, without consulting any of us, to convert our gold into 2 chains he's carrying. The smith gave me an estimate of price. He has converted 200 gold worth of gold bars into 40 gold worth of chain.
If you were struggling to carry it, Baco, you could always have asked me.
I propose we don't give Barker anything to carry of ours in the future.
On the other hand, we met a homeless person and gave him all of our giant's toes.
Yes, I commissioned a few healing potions. Until I've learned how to brew them myself, we have to take risks like that. I've
Well,
offered
you might
him...
Ask to see how he does that.
Consider it my business investment. I'll make it up to you if it doesn't work, but healing potions are hard to come by in this place, and
I tap the chains as he says investment.
So is Baco going to make up the investment loss then?
There's no loss until they're sold.
Barker, you really need
Let's just table it for now.
I mean,
Yes.
it's true. He's raised a good economic point. Unrealized gains and losses
to...
are not.
Anyways. Well, Tom, maybe you should write a manifest about that.
I love how Tom has a solid grasp of
Socioeconomic theory. Yeah.
and,
It's a well-founded
after that,
turtle.
The potions, the man told me, will be ready in 3 days. So,
I would really appreciate if we could stay in here until now or work around the city for that time so we can retrieve them in 3 days' time.
Sure.
That's fine. I need another day for my horn anyway.
That sounds good.
I need to
the-
talk to the sage.
The sage?
What sage?
The court sage. You were there, Felix. Alright.
We're in a bar. Where are you talking?
What?
Felix.
Felix.
About when you're meeting with Quartermaster, Tom asked about if there's any scholarly type individuals within the area.
Yeah, I arranged to
particularly
get.
who made the map,
Yeah.
and he
Oh,
was
right,
given the
right.
name of Alwak, the sage of the court.
You were there for this, Felix. Something wrong? Your head gone loose?
No, Tom. I was just thinking about something else.
Oh, what happens to the best of us? Water under the bridge, with no troll over it. Oh, we sold the troll head, guys. The quartermaster's a real nice guy. Gave us lots of money.
That sounds not very urchin-like. But I guess a bounty is a bounty. We must have been lucky. Apparently there was a bounty out on the giants and the troll as well.
Hey,
No, but he gave us a few coins for effort.
yeah, he said it's just the salt in there, the cunts in this city. It's not anyone else.
I wish my quartermaster had been like that.
You met a quartermaster?
I used to work in a guard before I came here. It was only for a few years, but that's where I got my basic training.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that about you. Kinda
Oh.
just thought you sprung out of nothing there.
I believe I mentioned it on the way to Urchin.
Oh, it's been a long journey.
Well, it was
Oh,
right in
no,
front
it's
of the
not.
gates.
Never mind, it was a long journey. Scratch that.
It was 2 days ago, Tom.
You will. I pat Felix on the shoulder. We're all thinking about different things.
Well, as long as you keep your head on your shoulders, that's all I care about, Tom.
I put my head inside myself. Oh, just messing with you, buddy. Don't. Gotcha.
You know what, Tom? In the beginning I thought you were the liability in the party, but...
No?
Well, let's just say you aren't anymore.
Oh, don't say that about yourself, Nem. I think you're a good contributor.
I'm now okay.
No, Q.
I do realize we do look alike, but come on.
I'm surviving with names today. Oh, just today I said Baco instead of Felix. It was a mistake. Thanks very much, Felix.
Thank you, Felix.
I
Well,
do.
Anything interesting except for the bounties? Any information? Any work around
Maybe.
here? I'm all ears.
Well, there's an open mission, I guess you could call it, for someone to head north into the woods on the other side of the river, about 50 or so miles from here, to do some reconnoitering and perhaps a little bit of wet work. One of the sub-chieftains of the orcs that have come over the spine is operating up there between here and Eastgard, sending out raids in either direction. And they're offering us a 800 gold bounty for his head and compensation for any other orc ears that we are to come by. In addition, along the way, there's a small bandit camp that we may be able to put to some use, whether it be as more gold in our pocket or some allies.
I see. How far away is this? Would this be a daytime trip or?
Well, as I said, it's 50 or so miles.
Oh, well. Is there a time limit we have to meet?
Probably. The orcs have been on the move, and if we tarry over long, we might lose the trail if they move. There's 3 old forts near where they're operating, and I'm concerned that they're going to shore 1 or 2 of them up. It would become significantly harder to mark our quarry if that be the case. But it is dangerous, without a doubt, and it doesn't really take us in the correct direction, but we might be able to get some answers. There's nothing saying that we have to kill the orcs.
Well, I mean, if we want to get paid.
If we want to get paid by this place, yes. But perhaps we could work out something else where we kill one of their minions or whatnot, dress them up to make them seem like they were the chieftain, and then the chieftain can go about being the chieftain, and we can play both sides for extra coin.
Also, there's a good trick for the ears. People can live without the ears. You can just cut them off, then burn it, and then you can sell the ears and pretend they died.
Yes, but it is much more unlikely for them to agree to a plan if it involves cutting off their ears.
Also,
good
weren't
point,
you
man.
saying that we were supposed to bring in their thumbs, not their ears?
No, I did not say that, but it's interesting that you brought it up. If we were to decide
I
to kill
assumed
the
I
bandits,
assumed you said that. Sorry.
if we were to kill the bandits,
That's why you
then
shouldn't
we would have to
listen
get
when
their
you're-
thumbs.
And you're
I
not
see.
Also,
My bad.
you can cut off thumbs too. Now that you've brought it up, you don't need thumbs. It's an unknown, little known fact. A lot of people have thumbs, but you can survive without them.
It does cut down on your ability to be useful in a fight, or many other things.
Yeah, like eat with chopsticks or fork and knife or whatever you used to. Well, never mind.
Tom attempts to start picking up food without using his thumbs.
Difficult, isn't it?
Is that a sleight of hand check?
Yeah, quite. With disadvantage.
Oh, I got -3.
Don't you only have 3 fingers?
Probably. I don't know if I've got a thumb.
I would imagine as a humanoid creature in some capacity, you've got an opposable thumb. Or something there like... I mean, the fact that you can hold a trident, you'd need something that can wrap around it.
Yeah, it could be like a tentacle or something. It kind of looks like I've got 5 fingers in this
I
photo.
disagree. I would like to go into further detail on this matter.
Anyway,
Yes.
so yeah, like you begin kind of mushing the food in the palm between your palm and forefingers. It's hard.
Oh, these bandits sure have a bright life ahead of them, don't they? Well, if any of you have any plans you need me for, please, I'm all ears. But otherwise, I'm up for perusing the city a bit more before we rest for the next 3 days till we get our requisitions and leave
Yes.
for the bounty hunt.
Oh, it would be amazing if time just flew like in a heartbeat, and we could be on day 3.
Aren't you?
This
Isn't that
expensive
your
city.
speciality?
Yes,
No.
but I'm not quite powerful enough to skip 3 days of time.
How would that even work? And that I guess we zoom out at that moment.
You imagine that, and then to
Get deeper.
That's a good point. Unless anyone else has any other plans that they need for the next few days.
If only there would be someone powerful
I
enough.
just want to find at some time during the 3-day period we stay in Urchin until we find out if the healing potions are a thing or not. I want to go to the Zenith and see if I can find a book on potion brewing.
I become
Okay.
a cartography student of Alric.
So during your performances, Felix, you make a small amount of money. Totals the 15 silver and 20 gold.
Nice.
I assume with your kind of knack and street sense that you do pick kind of marked areas, so like the more upstanding inns with individuals that could appreciate, the finer arts.
No, not all the time. I imagine that down in the slums and the docks, that they might stay open a little later, and I might get juicier information there. So I may go there after doing an earlier performance at a more upstanding inn.
Okay. Well, what we'll do with your questions regarding info, could just start out of character and I'll give you answers that you'll have got. Maybe take a few rolls for it. But yeah, we'll do that rather than spend all night whispering. How's that
It's
sound?
fine. We can address it another time.
Tom, if you attempt to get a meeting with the sage, you just get brickwalled.
Get fucked.
What do you mean? You said you could set up a meeting?
So you go back to the quartermaster.
Oh yeah, wasn't I? That's who I went to.
No. I said that he would be back soon. Look, if it's any consolation, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate that. You let me know.
Is there any formalised boxing or gladiatorial events in town?
Yeah, your time in the slums, you would. You'd definitely know about. There's not so much like a fighting ring. It's not like a fight club, but
well, not one that people talk about.
So you get
Talk
one in
about the
character.
Fight Club.
No, there is a few kind of pugilist tournaments.
I would like to spend my time pugilizing.
Is that your new reckless overhand swing?
No,
I would like to pugilize.
I'm about to pugilize, yes.
Right, okay, fair enough. Give me a string of athletic checks. Are you going every night?
2 out of 3.
Well, do it by night, depending if you might get your arse handed to you.
Cool. How many do you want me to make per night?
We'll go 3 per night.
Okay.
Straight athletics.
Night 1.
Nice.
Yeah, first you completely destroy 2 of them. One of them puts up a little bit of a fight, but you just, no one in this town can hold a candle to your kind of, pure muscle and brawn. 2 of them are pretty much hospitalized after you're done with them.
Do I make a bit of a name for myself?
Yep. So we'll go for second day, and these individuals look like they're a bit tougher.
Ooh.
Okay, so the first 2 you do beat handily. As I say, they put up a bit of a fight, but they're still outside of your league. The third, however, is a very strong set human, tall for a human, 6+ foot, built almost to your kind of stature, but just sized down a little bit. And he wails on you, and you will lose for that night. Yeah, so it'd be about 10 HP to be down that night. It doesn't really matter anyway, because you're just going to heal it anyway on your long rest. But yeah, you're sorely beaten, so the name you were developing kind of falters a little.
I challenge him to a rematch.
Sure, okay. So this one, just give me 1 straight athletics. Okay, yeah. Is that with your modifiers?
Yes, unfortunately. I rolled a 4.
This fight was much closer. You seem to have got your, the measure of him this time round. He doesn't catch you unawares with his weirdly strong stature. However, he does manage to basically TKO you. So he gets you to the point where you're not knocked out, but you are severely dazed, and it's called off before he really seriously injures you.
I was just getting started. Adrian!
So that's how Bacchus spent his 3 nights.
Yeah, I spent my nights fighting. Did I make any gold out of the winnings?
Yeah, you would do. So, how would you be betting on yourself or just house winnings?
House, but a combination of the two. Well, I guess you can't bet on yourself.
I mean,
yeah, I would
Time to
stake
fix
myself.
Bet on
For the
another
first
guy.
night, I guess I would stake myself, and gamble on myself. The second night, it's more the house paying me to come back.
yeah. So the first night with the stakes that you had, you raked together 12 gold. Second night, however, when with your overconfidence, you only make yes, that is correct, Ross. But I didn't anticipate running a boxing tournament. Second night with your overconfidence, you do make a bit of money, but you lost a bit. With
Yeah, well, because I kept gambling on myself, I ended up losing it. Fair
so
enough.
that one you only come out 3 gold up, and then
Hey, that's pretty good.
second one with it just being a house fight that they string together, you just lose your stake with 10 gold.
Okay, so overall, I end up 5 gold up.
Yeah. Okay, so Nam and Naoki, are you both looking for the books together, or?
If Nam comes with me,
I figured as much with twinsies and all that.
Yeah,
You coming?
yeah, I'm coming.
All right, so I'm looking for. I especially look for 2 kinds of books: demonology and brewing or alchemy.
Okay, so give me straight investigation for the alchemy.
Mhm.
Although, are you assisting Nam?
If he asks me, I will. But
Yes, I definitely ask.
Yeah,
so-
then I'll ask.
You get your advantage from the assistant, and even with the assistant, the second it's a straight roll.
Fuck. All
So
right,
straight
that's
roll.
alchemy. And here goes the straight roll. Wow.
Yeah, you don't find anything. There are books that detail herbs and mushrooms, etc., but there's nothing in particular towards the brewing of alchemy, and there is certainly nothing to do with demonology. Not within the confines of public bookstores.
We'll have to go to the forbidden section.
Is that like a shopkeep or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, if you were spending your time with Zenith.
I imagine I would spend that's how I spend my downtime. I'm just going through the library and try to find a good book.
Yeah, so there's an old lady that works at the Zenith. She offers her help occasionally. Yeah, anything you can find, just give me a shout.
So I would just walk up to her and say, "Excuse me,
Yes, dear.
I'm having trouble finding what I'm looking for. I feel like I might have come to the wrong establishment. Do you handle any scriptures on the arcane study focused mostly?"
Urchin, really not a location for that type of wares. If you wish for something like that, I believe that Eastmarch has a extension of the collegiate. That's probably your place to go. I handle more day-to-day books and the running of business, etc.
Well, actually, do you have any books about economics?
What kind?
Preferably in giant.
Giant economies.
That's my mistake.
Yeah, like country-sized.
Just basic principles of investment and values. Maybe like, so you want to be a businessman for dummies.
Sure. Yeah, she racks out a book that basically details the basics of supply and demand,
Mm-hmm.
surrounding the fact that products only sell if there's a need for them, and people will only pay what they want to pay.
Yeah. All right. Could you gift wrap this one?
Sure, that'll be 2 gold, please.
Yes. Thank you very much. And well, I sure hope you'll have. How do you restock often? Do you look to expand your brand now that peace is coming to the area again?
Hopefully, with the return of the Duke.
Hmm.
Remains to be seen, but
Well,
I'm hopeful.
I sure do like your establishment. It's a very tranquil place to spend my days when I'm not working.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you for that lovely gift wrapping. I pass her the 2 golds and another one, and I say, have a good day, and I sure hope we see each other again.
Yeah, so the gift wrapping, you didn't specify. So she's kind of giving it like a canvas wrapping, with like a tweed, cross. But it's topped with a red ribbon bow.
Hey, perfect. Yeah, I take that and I leave. Together with Nam, unless he wants to look for something specific as well.
Yes, actually, Miss. While I'm here, do you have any books on cartography?
Roll me investigation.
Do you have those in turtle language?
Oh, we're the most thoughtful party.
Oh, that'd be so nice if you go with that. It's Aquin, by the way.
How about you start with... Wait. Do you have it in English? Wow. Or something like that?
Okay, then.
Didn't Philip help me?
Yeah.
Wait, did you roll something on?
Yeah.
We'll say for argument's sake.
I don't
yes.
see that.
Since I help him and he'll help me.
Well, you're just in luck, actually. I've got one such tome that outlines the reading of land and the accurate cartography of height maps and elevation. And she kind of brings out a thick tome. It's effectively a overly complicated set of instructions on how to map the geometry of a landscape.
Yeah. How much will this be, miss?
Well, that is a very specialized book. That will be 5 gold.
Here you go. I'll hand her 6 gold. And it's for a small child. Could you please wrap it accordingly?
Oh, lovely.
Do you have like wrapping paper with trains on it?
With carriages.
She pulls out similar kind of canvas wrapping that was used for the previous book, but this one is dyed quite heavily, effectively tie-dyed. And she wraps it, instead of a tweed cross, she uses like an entire ribbon for the wrapping.
Oh, that's perfect.
Now, I have been a very lucky lady having 2 twins such as yourself.
Well, she wouldn't really be able to... Wait, can she tell?
It's about to get creepy.
Is that a slip?
You tell me.
I'm gonna insight check her.
Sure.
This seems... How would she tell? We're like 20 years apart.
Yeah. How does she know?
Oh wait, that's not insight.
I mean, that's still a shit roll.
Yeah, that's a 2. My insight is +1.
I roll an insight check as well.
I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 16.
Okay.
Wait, I can't see your
Yeah, I
rolls,
can't see
Johan.
his
Are you
rolls
rolling
either.
to the GM?
Oh,
or
I'm
something?
GM rolling everything. Yeah, sorry.
Right, now, okay, you just take her at her word. It's kind of odd that she calls you twins, knowing that you don't look at all the same, but you put it down to the fact that you've both kind of offered her
We're both
business
black.
and
Oh, wait.
not bribed
Wow.
her, tipped her.
Yeah. Okay.
Nam, however, you got, it's a little twinkle in her eye as she kind of looks at you, saying that you're twins.
Like a happy, fun twinkle or a creepy, bogwitch.
It's not
twinkle?
creepy, no, it's like a
Okay.
I see through you kind of like vibe.
Holy shit.
Well, it's always pleasant to meet such young ladies as you, such helpful young ladies as you. And
Oh, you'll make me blush. She's about your age now, so
yeah, that's exactly why I said that.
yeah.
Is your mother home?
Anywho, all right, so that's Nam and Nalkir's downtime. Baka.
I boxed.
Oh, sorry. You did your fighting. Tom.
Out of curiosity, do I get any funny looks from guards or anybody approaching me, that kind of stuff?
Give me a perception.
$14.
There's a lot of townsfolk that kind of echo the sentiments that you've already received. So some are with you, some are against you. The initial kind of dissent that you seem to have caused within the town has petered out a little bit now. Everyone was kind of caught up in the moment. But the guards do seem to keep a watchful eye on you.
Cool.
Tom, anything in particular for your downtime?
Yeah, I'm doing crazy. Except this time it's in the lychee part of the side, the real part.
Cruising. Okay.
Roll for STD.
So am I rolling that or are you?
A character rolls a D100 and adds a character level.
Okay, give me a shout at what you...
What level am I for? 5? 5.
5 plus whatever you roll.
D100.
Give me a shout.
It's 97! Oh,
Shout.
shit! Easy.
Okay. Right. Roll 4d6 times 10.
What is carousing?
It's a downtime activity. 100.
Yeah, but... Ooh.
What does it
So-
mean?
Through kind of initially... the initial kind of standoffishness from the merchants, you make your way back to the Salt Inn, and I'll say the initial standoffishness of the merchants gives way to a kind of odd pitter-patter between you, and it develops into kind of like a familiar
Intimate relationship.
as they discuss where you're from, what you've done, discussing your cultures, etc. And it involves a bit of light gambling, and as well as some back and forth friendly bets. So, yeah, it's kind of what you make. They're loose with the money, these merchants.
And I made
this is
4.
great.
2 nat 20s. 4 gold.
Why didn't you should have done the
You
pet
also rolled a
fighter?
natural one.
Should have done the pet fighter thing, shouldn't you? Also, I rolled a D100, so.
Well, Scott didn't know the pit fighter thing
Well,
existed.
that's
Man.
it's your fault for not bringing up my Scott. I knew this. I was actually looking for the learning cartography skill because I knew it existed, and then I was like, "Oh, crazy fits exactly what I was going to do." That is much less productive, but YOLO. I'm just going to spend this money on getting drunk another time.
They do according to the book. Especially between nat 20s.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realise that was there.
My first fight was worth 200 gold
Yeah,
pieces.
you'd have to re-roll it, really, wouldn't you? Also, you don't know
Yeah.
for sure because
And my second one would have been
No, you did
100
it.
I'm
gold.
pretty sure only like the best pit fighters make good money and the others just get by
Yeah, but
slightly dying.
I would argue that those first few fights you wouldn't have got the full rates because
no one
Yeah.
knows.
no one knows who you are.
Yeah, you gotta be in the business for a while. You need like a coach to back you, you need like a hype man, you need
lot of shit, man.
Yeah,
No.
I'm just saying. Through 3 days of fighting, I made 4 gold, and
Maybe
Ross
that's
spoke
something
to-
you can. Maybe
spoke
that's
to a
something.
barman and made 100.
Maybe that's something you can learn about with a. I don't know. A book.
Like, maybe you should have
something.
taken a Far Traveller. Far Traveller perk. Scott is well interacting with my Far Traveller background perk that makes people more likely to engage with me. You know? Should have took that. If you wanted to make so much money back, you know?
No, I'll hold my nuts that I didn't prep anything for that. I wasn't aware of those downtime activities. So I'll hold mine up to that. I apologise.
I mean, I'm starting a riot, and mine, I've got the background feature of haunted one.
No, that's a good one to have.
Unless you have shown yourself to danger them, they will take up arms to fight alongside you.
Keep trying to use that Jack's campaign. That works.
So,
I don't
yeah.
think there's a rioting downtime activity though. So
No.
So it's done on the 3rd day. Felix, you've grabbed your horn during your downtime. It's exquisitely done and definitely fits your purpose that you intended. Nalka,
Mhm.
your potions you collect,
Yeah.
they definitely mirror the colour of health potions. They're set in a, albeit kind of crude bottle, not quite the type that you know to usually carry health potions. You know, so it's not like ornate or anything.
Mhm.
But they look legit.
Why? Thank you very much. I pay the man. Or is there like, can I like just try like a drop of a potion to see if it's legit, or is that not possible?
Are you doing that in front of him?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, as you go to try and take. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're still fermenting. Give it a day
Interesting.
and they will be ready.
Well, I'll take your word for it. Here's
You
your
can roll
gold.
insight on it if you want.
Hmm?
You can roll your insight on it if you want.
Well, I mean, given how my insight is, I'll roll it. Here
Yeah.
you go.
Okay. Yeah. Something seems to be odd. You've never ever heard of a health potion not being ready for use upon purchase. They're not entirely complicated potions.
Okay.
Kind of Scott. Scott.
So, fermenting.
Yes, fermenting. Take my word for it. Don't do it. You might get warts.
None? Have you
Um,
ever heard of a healing potion fermenting?
No, I have not. I
Maybe.
will. How much time do we have? If we got like 10 minutes, I can try to ritual cast Identify on them.
Would that work?
Yeah, I mean, he'll have scuttled away at this point.
Well, I haven't given him the gold yet.
You literally said you paid him the gold.
No, I
He
haven't.
He said payment upon delivery.
Yeah, and I also said I pay the man. Oh wait, can I test if this stuff is legit before? So I would have retracted that, and I haven't taken the gold from my character sheet yet. So
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a misunderstanding. Then he wouldn't have said that prior to that. Then
yeah, well, okay, that's fine. I say. Well, just give me a minute. Well, I see if the product you've given me is what I've asked for.
okay. So Philip's about to shoot a line of giant's toe.
Yeah.
Let me test the goods.
Wait, what did he say?
Doesn't matter.
You cut that out a little bit.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, so you got to taste it. Roll my constitution check. I'll save, sorry.
Also, Nam is checking while that is happening, right? He's starting the ritual.
Yeah. I'm like dancing around in the street, throwing my robe.
I don't think that's like how a wizard ritual works.
It doesn't taste great. Doesn't
Yeah.
taste like a normal health potion, but there's no ill effects.
All right. Well, it's not a quickly working poison, that's for sure. Just give me 9 more minutes, and we'll find out exactly what this is. And yeah, then we wait 9 minutes, and if he at any points try to scuttle away, I'll just try and hold him in place.
Sure. Upon the spellcast from Nam, it's definitely got the requisites for a health potion. It's been brewed in the correct way. But doesn't seem to have the clarity or quality of a legitimate health potion that you would buy, say, from a professional healer or physician.
Well, Dianarke, it looks like this is indeed a health potion, but it's a very shit one.
See? It's a health potion.
A very shit one.
I give him 50 gold.
That wasn't agreed.
Well, I didn't want shit health potions.
You did not clarify that.
Yes.
Fuck you, and I leave.
Guard! Guard!
You said fuck you.
And yeah, when the guards saunters over. What's up, Janice? He's tried to fleece me. He paid for my services and he's not paying in goods. Not in full. Is this true?
He didn't make the goods I asked for.
What did you ask for?
I asked for healing potions.
He holds his hand out.
I give him one of the shit healing potions.
Janice, what did you make this out of? And Janice lists off the reagents. Oh, it's definitely the right components. What's the issue?
His work lacks expertise, I assume.
Sure. But that's what you get going to an old man in the slums. No offense.
Well, that's fine, but I think 50 gold for an old man in the slums is way better than what you would expect.
What did you
for
agree with
anything
him?
today. I agreed with him for 100 gold, but this is clearly not up to the standards. This will not keep me alive against what I'm going up against. So I'm
Well,
giving
maybe
him
you should
half.
have been to the physician then.
The physician doesn't have time at the moment. If you haven't, well, they don't have time for me, and they
You do
were
understand
not.
how traders work. You pay for what you get. You pay little, you get little.
Well, then that's perfectly fine, right?
Yes, that's perfectly acceptable.
Okay, so how much did the healer stake?
The healer didn't even have time to. They were just going to take the ingredients off my hand for 5 gold apiece. I'm, however, not looking to sell my ingredients. I'm looking to make my ingredients into potions. I don't know why that would be relevant. I've simply made a deal with a man. He didn't deliver on the product, at least in good quality, so I'm paying him half of what I promised him for half of what he promised me.
It kind of looks between you and Janice.
I don't think Janice will be sad about the 50 gold he has right now. And I certainly don't think he deserves the 100 gold I promised him for a proper healing potion. The ingredients may have been right, but if the execution and the brewing process has not been expertly done, I cannot pay him in full for his services.
Well, why offer to spend that amount of money? If you were looking for an expert potion brewer, you'd be paying well above that.
Well, a done deal is a done deal. I'm not from here. I'm going to leave soon. That's all I could come up with.
Okay. Give me a deception.
How is it deception? Shouldn't it be persuasion?
No, because you're trying to
No.
deceive him into thinking you've got less money.
Hey,
There's also the element of the fact that you offered him 100 gold, knowing fine well you didn't have 100 gold.
What do you mean? I do have way more than 100 gold.
Yeah, so you're deceiving the guard then?
Yeah, but it's a good deception check. It's fine.
Look,
Yeah,
I've seen you and your cohorts flaunting your cash. Salt, I know you were good for the money.
That's a very deceptive guy. Or perceptive.
Sure, we did spend our first night in the most expensive place in town.
Yeah, and we ordered the menu.
Look, I'm under no illusion that the quality of the goods is not satisfactory. I agree. However, there's not a contract set for a certain quality, and you offer a certain price, not specifying.
There's no written contract offering 100 gold pieces either.
Exactly. So
Technically
I'm taking your word against his. And
Yes.
frankly, I've known Janice much longer than you have.
Excuse me, can I speak? Please, I'm just an old man.
You're not that old.
Yes, okay. Well, fair enough. If you would buy a sword from someone, you'd expect an iron sword as well, wouldn't you?
Yes, but if I did not state I wanted it sharpened or of a certain quality,
Yes, but
I would not
if you
grumble
would
at
get
the quality that was given.
if you would get a wooden sword instead and were expected to pay full price.
That is
that's
not the case.
Yes, but these health potions are not the items we agreed upon. We agreed
They're
upon
still health potions.
They're shit health
Your
potions.
your analogy is not warranted here. I would agree with you if he'd sold you poison or a ailment for a common cold.
Listen up here. I'm sorry if I upset the rules of this town, but as a fellow guardsman, I'm sure you understand that I'm not satisfied with the deal he's offered me, or with the results of the deal I've offered him. And I told him not to fuck me on this. I'm not gonna buy a shit sword from a good merchant. I'm not gonna buy anything that is under... Look, I understand you tell me to go to a proper physician. Every physician I went to said they don't have the time and we're going to buy the ingredients of me for less than half their worth. So I had no other option to go here. And I believe Janus can well make his worth of time he spent on this with the 50 gold pieces he gets for this. And none of your wordsmithery will get me out of this. This is ridiculous.
Your analogy about buying goods from a good merchant and getting bad quality does not float here. This is a bad merchant, you've bought bad goods. I agree. But that was the agreement that was made. Janice, in all honesty, are these fit for purpose? He looks towards the old man. Kind of old man's a little bit cowed under the pressure. Maybe I rushed them. And then the guard grunts. I've warned you about this, Janice. Right. Paying the 50 gold. Done with this. In name wordsmith. Janice, you're not to do this anymore. Next time you do, you're in the stocks. And next time, be more careful. And he says that to you.
Certainly. Thank you. I pay Janus.
TPM 120 gold.
No, I give him the 50 gold.
I know, I'm fucking joking that you do all that. You just say, fuck it, I have the gold.
Okay, can we leave now, please?
Yeah, this guard's staring daggers at you.
Are they good
do a
quality
crafted
daggers?
flower and I say, for you, sir, thank you for your services.
Keep it.
I can make flowers all day and I make flowers shoot from my hands.
Seriously, fuck off.
Well, in my town this wouldn't fly.
This isn't your town.
Exactly.
Are you going to leave, or will my patience be torn thin?
No, I say that as I walk back, as I walk away. I don't wish him a good day or anything. I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed with all that's been happening in the city. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna talk to my roommate about this as well. She's studying law. All right. Anyways, I guess we leave.
Oh, you was talking to me?
Sure.
My bad. What you asked again?
What's the weather like, Druidcraft?
It's summer.
Sweet.
Bro,
Have a nice summer day.
What
A
you
little bit
asking?
overcast.
Alright, let's go find some bandits.
So it's been 4 days of like straight sunshine,
What's
right?
up with him?
Yeah, I mean,
Yo,
it's early
why
summer.
is this light holding so long? Bro,
Scott,
what is wrong with him? Yo, I think you need
I
to
asked
actually
about
answer his
2
question to
healing
progress
potions
the story.
earlier. Can I find 2 healing potions in the city or no?
I missed that. I apologize.
It's all right. If I can't, that's fine. If I can, I'll just pay whatever price and we'll call it.
All right, I'll healing potions in stock. You'd have 2 locations: quartermaster that you've already spoken to, or the physician in the hospital ward, which is also in the Citadel.
I'll speak to the quartermaster and I'll get the potions. I don't need an RPC and I just want to get them.
Yeah, that's fine.
God damn it.
It's an inflated price. So per potion, it'd be 65 gold
Per 65?
per potion.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark down 3 shit healing potions, right?
Yeah, 3 shit healing potions that only do 1d4 plus 1.
Ugh.
And you have to roll a con check. If you fail, you take 1 point of damage.
Nice.
Well,
So
that
it's
can't take us
a
Sorry,
killer.
con save, con save.
It's a killer in disguise. So it is poison. I want my money
As
back.
much as any drug is.
Well, healing drugs. Healing
Certainly
potions
not
are.
Mm-hmm.
overdosing. Anyways, it's fine. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah,
Is
but
there
if you
like a
get some
bank?
out of date morphine or out of date, paracetamol, it has bad effects on your body.
True.
Someone sold me an out of date sword. I wouldn't.
Shut the fuck up. Right. Okay. So, thank God that's out of the way.
Sorry. I didn't think it would go that way, honestly. But, yeah.
Scott, can I exchange silver for gold?
Yeah, that's fine. Just take whatever the worth is, and
I'm gonna do the same, actually.
Can I exchange
That's
gold
a
for
really good
platinum?
show.
or do you mean exchange it so it's in your purse?
Yeah.
No, sorry, no. Purely because of weight. I like to have it so you can't have someone carrying around X amount of gold because it weighs a lot.
I don't.
Plus, I like small
understand.
change.
I'm trying to get small change.
Oh, I thought you meant
Carrying
change.
around
Your...
like 600 silver.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Are you
Yeah,
like
I'm
to
good.
turn gold into platinum?
No, not platinum. You can silver into gold, sure. Platinum's not like a common commodity.
What about electrum? No, it's not. Electrum's worse than gold.
What about gold chains?
Can I devalue the gold that I've got and convert it to chains?
I mean, sure, if you wish to do so.
It's just lighter.
I mean, if you melt down 2 gold chains, and it's been made from 3 gold bars, you still have 3 gold bars worth of chain.
Sure,
That's
sure,
slack.
that's correct. But you take 2 thick-ass, tacky gold link chains and try to sell it in an area that is, say, for example, I don't know. Camden.
Correct. You probably would make a fair amount of money in Camden from 2 tacky
Wow.
gold chains.
You
No.
know the analogy I'm trying to.
No, but I would sell it at cost to a blacksmith. I would sell him the cost of gold bars.
Yeah, but he
Sure,
still has
yeah.
to smell it, which is a
Why
cost of
don't
his
we
time. And
cross this bridge when we
makes
get to
sense.
it?
Which is why he said he would pay 40 gold.
Correct.
Alright, well, as we head out of town, I give a little nod to Nam, and I take out the little gift I have, and I say, Baka,
Yep.
I got something for you.
Okay.
Here you go. And I hand him the present.
I open it up.
Yeah, it's a very exquisitely wrapped canvas book, and it is a book detailing the initial description of worth of goods in their supply and demand, what consumers want, and how they will only pay the amount that they want to pay.
How soft is the paper?
It's like a kind of soft canvas. Do you mean the wrapping?
No, the actual paper of the pages.
It's a fairly solid quality book, yeah.
I've read that book. That's by Adam Smith.
What?
After I was trying to make it like Olden by saying Eth at the end. Adam Smith. It's a good one, that. The Wealth of Nations.
Thanks, it'll be useful on our travels in the wilderness. I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Try to read it. You can read, right?
Oh, no. I've never had a reason to read.
Well, I'm giving you one right now. I can teach you.
I'll go 1 page at a time.
Great subject matter to try to teach someone to read.
That's how you read, and usually, yes, 1 page.
I'm pretty sure you don't give a 3-year-old kid.
That's how I start my kids off, with Marxist doctrine.
Look, I'm a harsh teacher, okay? I'm just gonna pick up a child and throw it in the water to teach it how to swim. With a rope around its waist.
I put my hand on his shoulder, and I'll teach you how to fight.
Ooh. Breaked.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy to have sparring sessions with you.
Let's do that 1v1.
Cool. So, you make your way to the North Gate. Any other order of business before you leave Urchin?
I get rations.
Johan. Cough, cough, Johan.
How much do me rations run for, like... We're traveling for about, I reckon, 50 miles. How long would that take?
You can quite easily get the rations at the list price in book, 5 silver apiece.
Alright.
I just assume we can buy that any time, right? Do we have to ask you to buy rations in a town?
Just take what you need. Take it out of your gold.
Yeah,
All
that's
that
all.
silver. Yeah. Regarding that, Felix, you get a total of... Yeah, that'd be a total of 55 gold.
Alright, thanks.
Okay. Are you guys leaving?
Yes, please.
So nothing comes of the descent, or the open descent that I showed.
Not that you could tell.
Interesting.
I agreed to spar with you.
You said we were going out the north gate? I don't want to go out the north gate. I want to go out the west gate and then follow
Sure.
the river.
Yeah, that's fine. You could do that, yeah. Yeah, it's easy enough. Western side of the town's a little bit more down market than the upper district and the centre, but still fairly well established. And as I've just mentioned, there doesn't seem to be anything more than the murmurs that I've already described to Becca. And
Cool.
the guards note you leaving. And one of them just says, as you leave, we'll look for your return. And nods to Felix.
Watches at the dawn of the 5th day.
That's why thank you, sir. Is that the normal thing that you tell people who leave?
Individuals that are in the employ of the Duke, yes.
I was not aware we were in the employ of the Duke.
You intend to complete a contract?
We have entered no binding contract.
In that case, then I wish you well in your travels.
Good day to you.
Have you signed any subscriptions, Felix?
Have you agreed to the GDPR rules to the dissemination of your data to all third parties? Yes, as you leave, the Western Gate is a lot less busy than the other gates that you visited, but still seems to be an influx of people incoming. And yeah, how do you set out? What's the plan?
I would want to follow the river until it starts easting, and then we'll go north from there. Can you give me the other map, please?
Yep, dropping you over now. Okay.
Yeah. We'll keep the river on our east side. We won't follow like right next to the river, but we should probably keep it within like earshot, staying within the wood line, if there are any wood lines in this particular part, since I know there's a lot of grassy hills.
Yeah, at the moment it's still kind of rolling foothills and the outline kind of crop fields that you still walk through. They're divided, by low walls and paths that walk between them. So you can follow the river somewhat, but you kind of forced in a cardinal direction by whichever path you take between the fields. Unless you just cut straight through the fields. Yeah.
So, yeah, once we like get over the bridge and get on the the north side of the road, I'll stop and motion everybody to gather around. The bandits are going to be between here and where we're heading for the orcs. Now, since we don't have to protect the cart anymore, I suggest that we change up the structure of our formation a little bit. What say you all?
That
Sure.
sounds amazing. I should listen to the past 10 minutes.
Felix suggested we change up our approach now that we don't have to keep the wagon safe anymore. And I agree.
I think that we should put Nam in the middle of our formation and do a staggered T. We'll put Tom on one side with Naukir on the other. We'll put Baka in front of Nam a little ways, and then I'll range ahead. That way we can keep Nam protected, and he can help our situation as it arises.
What if they
Complaints, yeah.
What if they come from behind?
Then
And I'm in
we
the
would be
middle, and
yeah.
a few others are behind me.
That would also mean we would be terrible at tracking and at what we are good at in general.
Well, unless we put Nam in between all four of us as we travel around in very close formation, I don't think there's really a way to prevent somebody from getting into Nam, even if we're in formation. If we stagger ourselves out a little bit, we can cover quite a bit of ground. We need to keep an eye out for any tracks, and I look to Baka and Tom, and I says, for the bandits' movement. And Nam, if you could have your Al do some light scouting, aerial scouting for us, I think that would be a good way to screen our surroundings so that we know we're not getting flanked.
Yes, I was about to say that my owl can keep our back safe, and I pat it on the head, whose name I've forgotten.
You really need to write that stuff down.
Nah, that's fine. Its feelings won't get hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's
It's only
a
brought
familiar.
once
It's not
every
e-
session anyway.
It's not even a real animal.
Can I eat
That's
it?
all I have.
I agree. It's a very sophisticated plan. You're full of surprises.
Oh, I don't have the intelligence to offer another suggestion.
Well then, shall we head out?
Yes, it seems time to leave the city behind us.
You're moving in a T formation with a guy with keychains. Nice.
Yeah, we want to have the most dangerous target and also the most lucrative target.
Yes.
They're like, oh, hey, boss, do you see that? That's mostly like 20 gold pieces he's carrying around naked.
And in the kind of noon, well, early afternoon sunshine that you've got at the moment, well, sorry, no, it'd be about noon now. It's really catching on Bacca's gold chain. Like, it dazzles you if you look the wrong way at him.
So it's basically like walking with a Christmas tree.
Oh, you can blind your opponents with that, Bacca. That's pretty smart.
It's like a disco. Let's get the drums going.
It's like when you sat next to someone and you've got like sun shining through the window and they're on the phone, and then occasionally they'll move the phone and it'll just shine directly in your eyes.
Yeah.
That's
It's
really
like
fun to do.
People
Still.
using the library like desk lamps on their iPad fucking triggers me.
Question mark.
It's because it reflects. Because also it has light integrated, so you don't need. Never mind.
Right. Now, whoever's looking, I mean, let's say you get like a decent chunk of the day away from Urchin. Whoever's doing the tracking, give me your survivals.
Well, that would be me.
Bacca or Tom, right? And the other one is gonna support him to aid.
Yeah, I'm searching for the Giants trail.
No.
We're looking for the bandits.
I'm for the Giants.
Right?
The Giants are off towards the spire. We'd have to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the river kind of runs north as it's taken a kind of dogleg. So it ran north, then took a dogleg east, and then it's go back north again. So at this point, as you've broken away from the river, the river that's running north is quite a distance away from you. So you're kind of out in open country at this point. And the Giants' tracks would have been the other side of that river. But yeah, with the trek at the moment, with it being still quite thick cropland, can't really find anything at the moment. There's definitely tracks, but more like canvas booted tracks. So the shoes that farmers would wear. Do you imagine this is just tracks that you're picking up from the farmers of these fields?
Just tracks of the farmers, but I do remember where the Giants were. Remember where the Giants track were? It's back the other way though.
That's a good memory that you have there, Tom. However, we're delaying our perusal of the giant tracks, and we're going to do something else.
I think them tracks are gonna fade soon though. It's already been like a week.
Yes, but you heard the quartermaster. They already know where they're coming from.
Would we tracking them to see what injured them? Wasn't that the point?
Which we can do when we head back towards the spire.
Well, I think it'll be long gone by then.
Whatever hurt them won't. Unlikely, at least.
From what the quartermaster said, the orcs have at least 2 spurs that have set out from Suno. One is in the direction that we're heading, and the other one is in the direction that the giant tracks would have taken us. It is most likely them that have pushed the giants out.
No, it didn't look like orc marks, did it? I don't remember.
I thought it was not animalistic.
Either way, we're on the track of something different right now. Something that pays more, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you break your way further north, and you begin to see the foothills rising that the quartermaster mentioned. And past the foothills, you do see like the tops of trees start to sprout and thicker those tree lines. Still not quite like the ones that you ventured into to find the wolves initially, but it seems to be building up to that kind of terrain again. Yeah, keep kind of going over these rolling hills. Gets to kind of late evening at this point, and Tom, you've still not really picked up on anything now. All the tracks that you get now seems to be kind of like old animals, sheep, etc. And you do spot the occasional kind of smoke trail on the horizons, and some close by, and you can see hamlets here and there.
Don't seem like there's any bandits here. How long are we going for, by the way?
Maybe
Well,
they're hiding between the hamlets.
So I'm gonna say, we'll cut it around about now.
All right.
Okay, gonna fall asleep.
You sound tired, Ross.
Yeah, I'm really tired.
You find a kind of suitable location to camp up within, the hills, similar to, like a bit of a hard ground to your rear, so you can form some form of a perimeter. And bed down for the night.
All right.
Do my primeval thing to see if there's any dragons or evil things around.
Yeah, I set my familiar to watch the area. Like, I put it in Overwatch mode.
I take first watch.
Yeah, so Tommy don't sense anything.
Okay.
Great. Well,
Cool. Alright, well, we shall wrap up there.
yes.
Thanks for
looking-
running.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I was a little distracted today.
I can tell.
Yeah, you
Okay.
didn't even give me a book.
I had like a phone call and another one.
I'm looking forward to our reading and sparring sessions, Alex.
Oh, I can't wait.
Anyways.
I definitely need to push up on time, so apologise for the way that went.
No, don't worry. I think we're slowly but surely improving on what is necessary and what is not. I think I might have overdone it with the potion thingy. That was my bad. I didn't think it would be that easy as to just I look for healing potions and then get healing potions. That's my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of controlled. I don't want to say controlled substance, but the distribution of them is controlled.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
good session. I'm off, guys. See you
have a
guys
good
next
night, Ross.
next Monday.
I do apologise for the exposition dump. But
No, no worries.
No, that's
good.
very cool.
It's fine.
It's good to
Wolfman.
expand the world. Yeah, big wolf good. Alright, ciao.
yeah.
Bye.
Catch you.